What if I told you the real secret to modern business success isn't hiding in some new productivity app, but in a children's story from 1943? It sounds kind of wild, right? But we're about to dive into the surprisingly deep lessons on customer relationships from the classic tale, The Little Prince. And believe me, it all boils down to one powerful idea. This right here. This is the core of it all. It's a total shift in how we think about things, moving away from conquest and towards, cultivation. Instead of just making a sale and moving on, the whole idea is that you're there to accompany the customer on their journey. And this idea is just perfectly captured in this quote from the story. See, the fox explains to the prince that real value, what makes something important, comes from the time and care you put into it. For us, in business, that translates to something we've mostly forgotten: the competitive edge you get from wasting a little time to build a real, genuine connection. So you might be thinking, if this is so powerful, why isn't everybody doing it? Well, the truth is, this isn't some brand new strategy. It's more like a forgotten secret, one that's been buried under this constant push for more and more efficiency. Just think about how business works today. It's all about speed, right? Metrics, automation, instant results. We want quick answers, automated everything. And that kind of environment, it naturally pushes against this idea of wasting time on actual care.
So in that rush for productivity, we start seeing people through the lens of our systems. A customer stops being a person and becomes an account number in our software. Or they're an incident ticket that needs to be closed. Or a sales opportunity in the pipeline. We reduce a human being to a data point.
But the reality is so much simpler and way more powerful. A customer isn't a data point. They're a bond, a real tie that's built with time, with your presence, and with a sense of responsibility. And that puts this very human approach in a direct clash with the way modern business usually operates.
And this right here, this sets up the central conflict we see all the time in the modern workplace. It's a clash between two completely different mindsets. On one side, you've got the logic of productivity, and on the other, the logic of care.
And these two paths could not be more different. Productive logic will tell you, caring doesn't scale. It's not efficient. It's all about the metrics. But human logic, it argues that caring is the only thing that actually leaves a lasting mark. It focuses on just being present. One path gets you a superficial sale. The other, that's where you find genuine trust. There's this great word used in the source material for this explainer, lazo. It's Spanish for a tie or a bond. And it's not just about knowing a customer's name or sending them some automated discount. No, it's a real connection. It's built through all those small, consistent gestures that show you are truly, genuinely present for them. Okay, so if we want to build that bond, that lasso, where do we even begin? Well, it starts with the most fundamental action of all, and today, probably the rarest: truly listening. I mean, think about it. Anybody can go out and buy a fancy CRM to track customer data. That's the easy part. The real luxury, the thing that's actually rare and valuable that you can offer someone, it's making them feel truly heard. It's putting down the script and just being a human in a conversation.
So what does that actually look like day to day? It means listening without a pre-written script. It means asking questions because you're genuinely curious, not just trying to push a process along. It means remembering little details from your last chat. And ultimately, it's about changing a transactional operation into a real relationship.
So what's stopping us from doing this simple thing? A lot of the time, it's the corporate ego. A company that's just focused on its own image, its own data, its own voice. It doesn't listen. It just talks at people. It projects. And you can't have care without listening. It's impossible. And without care, there's no way you can build trust.
Okay, so if listening is the key action, how do we make it a habit? How do we do it consistently? The answer is to turn these moments of connection into something predictable, something reliable. We need to create rituals.
In The Little Prince, the fox says that rituals are what make one day different from all the other days. It's the exact same thing in business. Rituals are those repeated moments of real value that make your interactions special. They build what the source material calls a relational home. It's this amazing idea of a place where a customer doesn't just buy something, they feel like they actually belong.
All right, so this is where we need to turn the camera around on ourselves. I want you to really think about your own work. Do you have these kinds of rituals with your clients? These predictable moments of connection that they can actually count on?
And let's be honest with ourselves here. Are those moments just about checking a box on a to-do list, or do they deliver real, genuine value? Does your client actually feel it?
And maybe the biggest question of all, is there something more that they expect from you? Something that goes beyond just the technical fix or the product itself? Because that space, the advice, the check-in, the human connection, that's where the real relationship lives.
All of this, the listening, the rituals, the time we invest, it all builds up to one final, incredibly powerful lesson. This isn't just another business strategy. It's a profound responsibility.
This might be the most famous, most heart-wrenching line from the entire book. When you invest time, when you listen, when you build a bond, you have tamed that relationship. You've made it special. And with that comes this deep responsibility to keep caring for it. This isn't about a one-time sale anymore. It's about lifelong stewardship. So, I'm going to leave you with this one last crucial question. I want you to look at your interactions, your systems, your whole mindset. At the end of the day, do your customers feel genuinely heard by you, or do they just feel managed? The answer to that question, well, that might just be the most important metric of all.